Today on the channel, we celebrate one of the greatest of all time with 12 inches of Admiral Ackbar. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for a very special video today. We've got 12 inches of Ackbar. Who wouldn't want 12 inches of Admiral Ackbar? That's about all the Ackbar I can take, but it's perfectly sized for Admiral Ackbar. But remember, for all your Star Wars needs and a whole lot more, hit up Big Bad Toy Store. Link in the description below. So what we're going to do is take a look at this Admiral Ackbar like we do all the other things on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging, we're going to talk about it, we're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it, and we'll see where it goes from there. This is part of the 12-inch Barbie doll style collection. We saw this a lot in the 90s. We saw it with G.I. Joe a little bit. We saw it with Star Wars, of course. We saw it with some X-Men figures. I don't know what they were trying to go for. I don't know if people were playing with Barbies and these at the same time, or they said, hey, Barbies sell real well. Let's give male-type Barbies. Well, wasn't working for me. I was all out, wanted nothing to do with any of those lines out there that looked like this. I did have my boy Flint, of course, and he sits in my office at work right now. But Admiral Ackbar was one I saw at my local toy store this year. They had a huge 25% off sale. He was already $12.99, so taking 25% off of that, I said, sign me up all day long. And I don't dabble a lot in these. I have one other pack that we unboxed on the channel. You guys might remember it about a year ago, maybe. I don't know, something like that. And we'll compare those two at the very end. But we're going to take a look at it like we usually do and all that fun stuff. So there it is. There's the old Admiral in his high school picture there, just looking only like he can look, just so regal. And as we all know by now, the original trilogy, the very end, Return of the Jedi, Admiral Ackbar saved the entire Star Wars galaxy. Him and Nien Nunb and the Ewoks, without them, who knows where we'd be. So we owe a debt of gratitude. He really is the unsung hero, if you ask me. Collector's edition, of course, because I think everything Admiral Ackbar is collector's edition at the end of the day. Got a little seal, the Rebel seal, you got his name. Kind of a lot of the same stuff on the side. Fully posable figure, authentically styled, outfit and accessories. Same thing on the other side. There's the top. Same thing on the bottom. No Jedi Master points with this, unfortunately. Got a little checklist, a little cross-sell down below, UPCs, a little blurb. Let's see what that blurb says. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, the adventure continues with the exciting introduction of exclusive figures from the Star Wars trilogy. Authentically styled with incredible detail. Each fully posable 12-inch figure features a realistic outfit, signature, weapon, and accessories. So there you go. But then the really cool thing here is it opens up, a little window box action. Look at that. Then you get a serious blurb. That is a serious blurb. Maybe the most serious blurb we've ever seen on the channel. It's going to test all of my reading skills to get through this. But we need to know what it says about the great Admiral Ackbar. And there he is against that blue background, looking only like he can look. Just a man of the people. A man of the Mon Calamari. All right. Buckle in, have the kids sit down in front. It's time for story time with Kyle. On his home world of Mon Calamari, Ackbar was content with leading the citizens of Coral City. It was a peaceful system until the Imperial ships invaded and took the Mon Calamari as slaves. Ackbar was one of the first to be enslaved by the Empire and presented as gift to Grand Moff Tarkin. So some serious blood feuds going on, much like Sabu and Terry Funk. Ackbar and Grand Moff Tarkin, huge hate there. As he served as Grand Moff's personal servant, Ackbar was able to learn much about the Empire and its military, as well as the Rebellion. While en route to the Death Star, Grand Moff Tarkin's ship was attacked by the Alliance. The rebels escaped with Ackbar, and he then pledged his alliance to the cause of the Rebellion. Well, good for him. He returned to his home on Mon Calamari, where he convinced his people to support the rebellion. They immediately began designing ships and weapons for the Alliance. You know, he just convinced them like that, just had to mention it. Ackbar was made a commander in the Alliance when, along with another alien species, he designed an answer to the Imperial B frigate. The result was the B-wing starfighter. Ackbar was then promoted to the title of Admiral by the leader of the Alliance, Mon Mothma. Oh, beautiful. If you know my history with Mon Mothma, just a beauty. Just a beauty. And became one of her two top advisors, Nien Nunb probably the other one. The Master Technician also carries the responsibility of commander of the Rebel fleet. He prefers to personally lead important assaults and was in command aboard his flagship during the Battle of Endor. And I always say that every day in my work life out there. Don't ever make somebody do something you wouldn't do yourself. I always go with all these young guys and say, you know what, I was in your shoes here back in the day. Here's what I did. That's what you got to do. That's how you lead. You got to be able to walk a mile in your team's shoes. That's the way it goes. Authentically styled, straight from Return of the Jedi, Admiral Ackbar comes outfitted in his jumpsuit, belt, and rank badge. Special edition figure available for first time, designed to become a classic collectible. It's classic. This is, I think, worth $500,000 right now, but I'm going to unbox this on the channel right here. May the Force be with you, of course, and with you as well. Let's get the old blade out. Let's cut this guy open. Let's see what all the fuss is about with the good Admiral. There he goes. See you later. Oh, he's got a million twist ties. Of course he does. I don't know. Is there anybody else out there that loves Admiral Ackbar like me? Can I even get through these? Oh my gosh, they're too tough. I'm going to have to take this offline. Can you believe this? This is the hardest twist ties of all time. You can't even cut through them. So I'm going to have to do it old school way. I'm going to have to untwist each one. Hold on. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. We got the Admiral out of the package. I have never seen that hard of material on twist ties, and some of them were double twist ties. So they didn't want the Admiral. I got to imagine in like 1997, at the height of Admiral Ackbar mania, there was probably a lot of theft out there, and they said, we got to double strap the Admiral in. People are stealing them. Much like LeBron mania right now, we go out to the stores and LeBron's missing his head everywhere. I'm pretty sure that's how it would have been in 1997. It would have been an empty box with Mon Calamari people missing all the time. Everybody wanted an Admiral Ackbar. Somebody can fact check that. Somebody can research that a little bit for me. This is very interesting, though. So it is akin to a Barbie doll. Probably the greatest Barbie doll of all time, just being a Mon Calamari officer here. But it's cool. You got the knees that go, of course. You got no waist. You got the legs that go up. You got elbow articulation. You got wrist articulation. The shoulders go all around. The head does move. No ab crunch. No waist articulation. So it's about what you expect from a Barbie doll if he was Mon Calamari. But the Admiral, just a glorious fish-type species out there with the Mon Calamari. I just always loved the big kind of football-sized head and the cool octopus-like eyes on him. And then his cool like fin-type hands. And just his great voice work. Whoever that voice actor was deserves an Oscar for sure. And the Admiral, of course, to this day, lets everybody know it's a trap. He lives on through generations. And everybody knows him. They all know it's a trap. So kudos to him. He's got a little white kind of dress shirt on underneath his nice fluffy vest. He's ready for the winter. You know, the calamari people, they get cold easy. You probably know somebody that gets cold easy, so he always wears this vest. Got a little insignia here. Unfortunately, no weapons on old Admiral Ackbar. He does have a belt, and that's about it. He looks like he's just on a Navy. One time, yeah, Kyle, he went on vacation a little bit. 2 times in my life, and we'll talk about that maybe one day. I went on the old Motorhead cruise. Yes, Motorhead, look it up. The motorboat, amazing. Got to meet Lemmy, got to meet all the stars. Anthrax, Testament, hanging out with them. But there was a lot of captains on there, and this is basically what they wore. I don't know. I don't know if Admiral Ackbar in another life would be a cruise captain. But very cool, very nautic, kind of. Is that the word, nautic? I don't know. But this is pretty solid. He's got his white boots. There's no ankle articulation. But this is cool. This is just going to be cool on a shelf. You don't need a bunch of these. I don't like dolls. I'm just not a doll guy. And I know some people's going to say, well, 6-inch figures, 3, 4, they're all dolls. No, they're not dolls. Dolls are like baby dolls little girls carry, or Barbie dolls. That's dolls. This is an action figure. It's an action figure. A figure of action. Because you play with it. Barbie dolls you don't do wars with, unless you're a really cool kid and you fight with them. Like I said, I don't really collect these at all. There was one other pack I had to get when I saw it pretty cheap. Luke Skywalker, Hoth, beautiful this time of year. But I didn't get it for this Luke Skywalker that's here. I mean, he does scale here. It's perfect. Hey, Admiral, what's up? They give each other a big hug and like a cool bro high five. Kind of like Dylan in Predator. You know, they're like, oh, yeah, there it is. That's what would go on there. But I bought it for this Wampa. Oh, I love a good Wampa. You know me, hairy bipedal creatures, especially ones that live in the snow. Sign me up all day long. But I can have him and the Mon Calamari square off. One of the greatest blood feuds of a generation. The Wampa, the Mon Calamari people. Who do we got? It's tough to beat a Wampa, I gotta admit. Even the Admiral has kind of met his match when he's fighting with Wampas. But he's great at the single leg takedown. He takes that Wampa right down, gets the mount position, and then he works. He starts working his way up, tries to get high on his chest, works for those arm bars, or works for the rear naked choke, as I'm pretty sure is what the Admiral was kind of known for, that rear naked choke of his. And he would hop on that Wampa and just take him down. He would just take him down. The Wampa would fight, of course, and he just slowly slowly pass out until it's all done. And then the Mon Calamari would eat, because they love eating wampas. It is a delicacy of the Mon Calamari people. So there you go. That's about it. Not a lot to say about these dolls out there, but they sure are a lot of fun. Admiral Ackbar, always fun. But in the comments below, tell me, did you ever buy these 12-inch Star Wars? Were you a serious collector of the 12-inch Star Wars? My local toy store has like hundreds of these, and I'd be tempted, almost. I don't have the room, I don't have the space, or really the desire, but I think it would be cool if you were a hardcore collector and you had all these and they were all displayed together. I think that would look pretty cool, almost akin to how people have Hot Toys and some of the fancier stuff. Obviously, these aren't as expensive as those, but I think you get the same kind of reaction when you look at them. That's where I sit. But let me know your comments down below. Make sure you like this video. You made it this far. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Twitter, find me at SirPaul64. Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. Of course, ProWrestlingTees.com. Support the channel, buy a shirt. So there it is for the Mon Calamari people and one of the greats of a generation, Admiral Ackbar. I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.